Jim,
Hey, Mark.
I want to thank you for
Sure.
allowing me to visit today.
Thanks for coming down.
Jim, if I can roll the clock back to 2003, isn't that when Alliance Bank was formed?
We actually started organizing it in '02, but we opened in February of '03. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And it's funny. I mean, you're one of our vendors, Mark, and you're a good sales guy. But from the time we announced we were going to open the bank until we got the two branches open, one in Phoenix and one in Tucson to start with, boy, my cell phone rang every day with people trying to help me get the bank open, trying to sell me something. Now we got the bank open, and suddenly the phone kind of stops ringing. Now we had to go out and call customers. Kind of funny now that you bring back that memory.
At that time, Jim, you had the two branches, and nowadays, if we turn the clock forward, you're up to
11 branches.
Wow.
Our focus is local businesses and local real estate projects, local professionals. And you know, we opened in an era where electronic banking and you know, there are other ways to bank rather than just go to the branch. So even though we only have 11 branches, we actually in Maricopa County, we have the 4th largest deposit share after the big 3 banks.
Wow.
We're really proud of the fact that we started as a small community bank, and along the way have really staked out a pretty significant market share in business banking in Arizona.
That's almost unheard of growth, isn't it, Jim?
It's pretty significant growth.
That's pretty aggressive
for the
yeah.
banking industry. Sure.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate, Jim, where I think we placed our first copy machine with your bank after I met with you, and that was almost a decade ago.
Right.
And from that first one, now I don't know if you know it, but we're up to 140 devices that we placed in the bank and that we take care of for the bank.
The fact that you're still here through, as you mentioned, a lot of growth, I think is testament to how hard you work at delivering, really good service after the sale. And your business and our business are similar in the sense that in some ways we're both kind of in a commodity business. There's a lot of distributors and a lot of companies that make good copiers.
Yes.
And there are a lot of banks that deliver good basic banking services. So for each of us to grow and succeed, we've got to differentiate ourselves. Really it's with our people and with our customer service and with our commitment to excellence. But I think you've always done a good job of trying to go the extra mile to figure out what our needs are and try to get out ahead of those needs. And if we have a problem or we're not satisfied, I think that you really try to work hard to try to make it right. And we've been very satisfied with the level of commitment and service that you've given us as we've gone through some pretty rapid growth. So we appreciate it.
Jim, thank you. That's quite the compliment, but my appreciation really goes out to you and your team. For over the last decade that I've been working with Alliance Bank, everyone I've worked with was so highly professional. It really made my job so much easier.
Well, that's great. I was just talking to the manager in our IT group a few weeks ago about, and he supervises the business machine aspect of the business, not just for the banks in Arizona, but for some of our affiliate banks in other states. And I asked him about SIMS, and he said he gave you really high marks. He said, the quality of the machines that you provide are really first rate, but beyond that, it's the service and the commitment to make sure that everything's going right, and if something isn't going right, you try to correct that very quickly. So
Wow.
he really gave you guys high marks for the way you service our bank.
Well, thank you, and thank whoever that is.
Sure. So all in all, you've been able to continue to provide the same kind of personal service that you provided us a decade ago when we were much smaller as we've grown.
Well, that's quite a compliment. Thank you, Jim.
Sure.
And moving forward, we're going to do our utmost to continue that.
That's great.
I want to thank you for the time,
Sure.
and
You bet.
we'll keep it up.
Okay.